Fellas, UFC 295, all I'm going to say, that was a great card, right? You can talk about the controversial stoppage in the main event, which I'll talk about in a minute, but that was a great card. I'm going to go over the core main event and the main event, but by the way, the rest of the main card was good. We got Andrade finishing, what's her name, Mackenzie Dern. We had Diego Lopez get a win. We had Benoit Saint Denis get a knockout on Matt Frevola as well. Every single fight ended in a knockout, and this was honestly a great main card in MSG. We're going to be going in there with the main and the co-main event. I got both predictions right. I predicted Aspinall by submission, but he still won the fight by knockout. I predicted Pereira to win by knockout, and he did win by knockout, but again, it was quite controversial. We're going to go talk about the co-main event though. Aspinall Pavlovich. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. If you know me, you know I'm an Aspinall fan. There were so many people saying Pavlovich, you know, if Aspinall doesn't take him down, Pavlovich is finished. I said this in the prediction video. Aspinall isn't finished if Pavlovich doesn't get taken down. People were saying Pavlovich is, you know, Aspinall's got no chance on the feet, and Aspinall just knocked him out in the first round. Hit him with a leg kick at the beginning of the fight. He did get caught by Pavlovich, but he didn't drop or anything. And within a couple of seconds, 1-2 just knocked Pavlovich out. Well, it wasn't just a 1-2, but it was a combination that knocked Pavlovich out, and I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. I did get the live reaction. I'll post that later today, but yeah, Aspinall is the greatest heavyweight in the world right now. He is the champion. You can say it's just an interim belt, but let's be honest, he's going to beat John Jones if they fight. Probably not going to happen, but for me, Aspinall's the champion. He's the greatest heavyweight in the world right now. I don't know who's next for Aspinall. I said this before. I think we do a Jelton Almeida versus Cyril Gane. Maybe a Jelton Almeida versus a Volkov instead, but I wouldn't mind seeing Almeida versus Gane, and then the winner faces Aspinall for the belt. But Aspinall's just insane, man. He's insane. He's well-rounded. He's a knockout artist, but he can also grapple. He's like a more dangerous Cyril Gane, but with amazing grappling ability. I'm so happy right now, man. I still can't believe that Aspinall knocked out Pavlovich. So many people saying Sergey's too good for Pavlovich. Sergey this, Sergey that. And by the way, I don't want to disrespect Sergey Pavlovich because he's still a massive threat on the feet. But I'm just saying, you can't disrespect Aspinall for that. He looked amazing. Like I said, I don't know who's next for Pavlovich. Maybe we do Pavlovich versus Volkov. Maybe it's a Cyril Gane versus Pavlovich. Maybe even I don't know who else is in there in the heavyweight division. I don't think Jelton Almeida deserves that matchup just yet, but he's going to be gone for a while. But yeah, Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the world, and he deserves it, man. I'm so happy. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion. He had a moment with Michael Bisping as well. 2 weeks notice. There's something about British champions winning the belt on 2 week notice, and I don't want to hear anyone, like I said, downplaying the win because it was for the interim belt. It's for the real heavyweight belt. Like, let's be completely honest. First of all, I predict that Jones and Stipe are both going to retire, and the interim belt's going to get flipped over to the real belt. And second of all, even if they don't retire, Aspinall's knocking them both out. You can say what you want. There's no way that Jones... After the Pereira fight, I was confident that Aspinall beats Jones. After this fight, listen, Jones is the greatest of all time for me, but Aspinall knocks him out. I'm sorry. There's just different... There's levels to this, man. There's levels to this. I reckon Aspinall's going to retire the heavyweight greatest of all time. What a win for Aspinall. Scariest matchup he's ever had in his career against Pavlovich. And he goes out there and he knocks the power puncher out. He knocks out the knockout artist. And he could have taken him down. That's the good thing about Aspinall. He's got so many ways to win every fight. He can take you down and submit you. He can take you down and finish you with ground and pound, or he can just simply knock you out on the feet. I'm still so happy because of this, man. Another English champion. We've got Leon Edwards, Bisping, and now Aspinall. I've been following Aspinall since the Spivak fight, man. Ever since he fought Spivak on the undercard of Till and Brunson, I've been a massive Aspinall fan. And obviously the Volkov fight, then the Blades injury, the Pereira comeback, and now the Pavlovich fight. He's my favourite fighter in the UFC if you haven't figured out, and I've just... Man, I'm so glad he's won the belt. Good, by the way, like, if there was anyone I wasn't worried about Aspinall getting knocked out by, or maybe not worried, but I wasn't, too concerned, it is Pavlovich because he's such a nice guy. Like, if Aspinall would have got knocked out by Cyril Gane, the guy who refuses to fight everyone, maybe then... but by the way, this is karma for Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane saying he doesn't want to fight Aspinall because he's ranked lower than him. Now Aspinall's definitely going to be ranked higher than him. Cyril Gane doesn't deserve that matchup, so that's karma for Cyril Gane. But this is a good fight. Aspinall never gone to a decision in his career. 100% still going to have the shortest fight time in the UFC. What a fight! What a knockout! Main event: Yuri versus Alex Pereira. Now this, I'm a bit disappointed with this fight. purely because of the early stoppage. I don't know what it is about Mark Goddard and Pereira fights, but he seems to end the fight quite early. Obviously, we had the Adesanya first fight, which wasn't necessarily an early stoppage, but it wasn't, you know, it was quite early, but it wasn't like a super early stoppage. But this one was really early. Pereira drops Yuri with a left hook, starts following up with hammer fists, and then he falls back onto Yuri, and Mark Goddard calls the fight. I don't know if that was the right decision. Maybe Mark Goddard thought Yuri was knocked out, but that was a really early stoppage, and I wasn't satisfied because Yuri was winning that fight. In the first round, it was pretty close. Pereira landed a lot of good leg kicks that hurt Yuri, even dropped him with one of them, but then Yuri took him down towards the end of the round and just controlled him. Second round came, Yuri was landing the better shots. There was a time when he got like a good combination on Alex Pereira. Pereira again was just chewing up those leg kicks, and then obviously the kind of combination for Pereira hit him with a left hook and dropped him, and then from there, it was just a bit of an early stoppage, but I did predict Alex Pereira to win the fight. I got it correct. I think we've got to do Pereira versus Jamal Hill next, and I honestly do think Pereira wins, but Jamal Hill, he could pose a lot of problems to Alex Pereira. I'm just saying. He could pose a lot of problems to Pereira, because Pereira, I don't know what it was, he didn't look amazing in there. He just didn't have that same fire in him. I don't know, I know he got the finish, but he just didn't look, I don't know how to explain it. He didn't look amazing in there. The defense wasn't there. I expected his takedown defense to be a little bit better. He did the same thing against Jan Blachowicz. He always just goes for the standing guillotine instead of trying to defend the takedown, and it never works. Although, imagine Pereira won a fight by submission. That would be insane. But no, yeah, Yuri was winning the first two fights. I kind of feel bad for the early stoppage. Mark Goddard needs to go. I'm sorry. He needs to go. I don't know what's next for Yuri. Maybe we'll do like a fun fight like Yuri versus Johnny Walker. But yeah, it was a decent fight, to be honest. They both had moments, but I wish we would have got to see that fight go into the later rounds, man. I feel like it was a bit of a wasted opportunity. If Mark Goddard wouldn't have stopped it, we could have seen this fight go on. Maybe Pereira would have just finished him anyway, but we could have seen this fight go on and be one of the greatest fights ever. So I'm kind of disappointed by that, but yeah, man, that's just how it is. Pereira's definitely beatable, though. Pereira's definitely beatable. That kind of aura. I know he got beaten by Adesanya as well, but I feel like Pereira's aura of invincibility, and by the way, Pereira's one of my favourite fighters as well, so I'm not just trying to hate the guy, but his aura of invincibility, it's definitely not there. Yuri's, I don't know what's next for Yuri, man. Like I said, maybe a Johnny Walker fight, maybe we give him a Magomed Ankalaev, maybe a Nikita Krylov, maybe the Rakic versus Jan Blachowicz winner. I think that's also a good shout, because Jan Blachowicz versus Rakic are fighting at UFC 297. But yeah, this card has been alright. Let me know your thoughts on this card. I feel like the card overall, I was very happy with the Aspinall win. The Pereira fight and the Yuri fight, it was going well, but then there was an early stoppage. But overall, it was a really good card. It was a really good card. There were so many finishes. Every single fight ended in a knockout as well. Main card was amazing. Even the women's fight was fun as well. It was a kind of back and forth, but Andrade was piecing her up. But yeah, I'm still happy Aspinall's got the win. I have got a video coming out later today, which is my live reaction to both fights, so make sure you check that out. Let me know your thoughts on this card. Did you enjoy it? I personally enjoyed it a lot. I need to go to bed now. Thank you for watching.